Good day to all my self-care family and friends. Welcome back to the Room2Breathe Podcast. I'm your host, Life Coach 614, and I am so glad that you have made space to be here with us today. Now, before we jump into today's episode, do me a quick favor. If you're feeling the vibe, go ahead and tap that screen, like, comment, and share this out with someone who may need a little healing energy today. And if this is your first time here or you haven't done so already, be sure to hit that follow button. Head over to YouTube, subscribe to our channel, so that way you're always tapped in when a new episode drops. I also want to personally invite you to check out our digital home at theselfcareclub.org, where you will find everything from affirmative apparel to motivational merch and free resources to nourish your growth and remind you that you are supported every step of the way. Just know that you don't have to do this alone. We are healing in community, growing one breath, one moment, one day at a time. So today, I urge you to give yourself permission to pause, to reflect, and to make space for peace, for growth, and most importantly, for you. Now, if anything in today's episode resonates and hits home with you, be sure to drop some green hearts in the chat. That's our community's way of saying that I'm healing, I'm growing, and I'm showing up for me. So let's get ready to breathe, reflect, and grow together. I see we got Lady Blue in the house. We got Dela Flair, Brooks. I see Kodo kicking it with us today, vegan healer. We had Tiffany in the building. Who else is in here? Let me see some green hearts, guys. Let me know who is vibing with us today. I really think you guys are going to like the topic today. Look, can I just say that? What up, Robert? I think you guys are going to like today's topic, okay? Y'all like them all for the most, but I think today's topic is going to speak to y'all. And, you know, I thought of this topic. First of all, excuse the doggies in the background, y'all. We got two guest doggies in the house, and they don't realize that we record, and so it is what it is. We're going to just move past that. But I just want to start, I guess, today's podcast with a truth that blows my mind every single time I think about it. And y'all gonna think I'm crazy for this, but just roll with me, y'all, okay? Did y'all know that butterflies can't see their own wings? Like, show of hands, who really knew that other than me? That butterflies can't see their own wings. I'm gonna just pause for a second and let that sink in. Right? Because these creatures, these little tiny butterflies, okay, carry some of the most breathtaking patterns, colors, and designs in nature. Like, they are by far one of the most beautiful insects I've ever seen, right? Wings that stop us in our tracks, wings that make us whisper, wow, when we see them, you know, just kind of floating past outside. And yet, a butterfly itself has no idea of the beauty that it carries. It can see the world around it. It can see the flowers that it lands on. It can see the sunshine reflecting off the leaves, you know, the movements of other butterflies, but its own magnificence, that's hidden from its view. Ghost, did you know that butterflies can't see their own wings? Like, that is just something that is so fascinating to me. Okay. And I want to ask you guys this. How often does that mirror your own life? Like, how often do you look at yourself and think you're not enough? You're not progressing fast enough. You're not shining as bright as you could or would want to, right? Not shining as brightly as you desire. When in reality, everyone around you is whispering, wow, when they see you. Anybody else? See, I really need y'all to lean into this concept today, because here's the lesson, okay? You don't need to see your own wings for them to exist. Just roll with me, Ghost. Listen, you don't need constant validation or a mirror to confirm your worth. Your beauty, your brilliance, and your growth are real, even if you can't always feel it or recognize them in the moment. Welcome in, Liz. Think about the last time that you were super hard on yourself, right? Maybe you were doubting whether you were doing enough, whether your healing was working, whether your prayers were being heard. Then later, sometimes weeks or months later, you look back and realize, wow, I really did come a long way, right? Like, I really am progressing. I really did do that, right? Like, that's your butterfly moment. That's your wings stretching in real time. And here's the thing. Other people often see what you can't, right? They notice the way that you've softened in the areas that you used to be sharp. They see the strength in you when, you set that boundary or you chose peace over chaos. They feel the energy shift. When you walk into a room and you feel lighter, just because you can't see it doesn't mean that it's not happening. Brooks, was there an issue on the north side? So again, just because you can't see it doesn't mean that it's not happening. Now, I want you guys to take this concept in deeply. Your wings are already there. Your beauty is undeniable. Your healing is already making you radiant. And even if you feel, ordinary or tired or unseen in this moment, you are still carrying something extraordinary. And I don't think that a lot of people truly understand that. You are still carrying something amazing. You are still sending ripples into the world every single day. Try it now, Brooks. So today I want you guys to stop doubting yourself just because you can't see what's growing inside of you. Okay? I want you guys to stop doubting yourself just because you don't see it. Because just like a butterfly, trusting, that their wings are real, I need for you to trust that your wings are real. Trust that your brilliance is shining. And trust that the world is already being blessed by the parts of you that you don't even recognize yet. I want you guys to take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale from your mouth. And I want you guys to repeat something after me. I don't have to see my own wings for them to be beautiful. I don't have to see my own wings for them to be beautiful. I am already enough. I am already enough. I am already shining. My wings are working even when I cannot see them. And you guys, again, let's be real. We all love butterflies, right? The wings, the colors, the beauty. But nobody likes to talk about the process that it takes for them to get there, right? Because see, a butterfly wasn't born flying, right? That butterfly had to start off as a caterpillar. I mean, I don't really think caterpillars are cute, right? Not as cute as the butterfly. I'm just being honest. Right? And so a butterfly wasn't born flying. It started as a caterpillar, crawling. It was small. It was vulnerable, low to the ground, right? And let's take it even deeper. The caterpillar doesn't just grow wings, right? And it doesn't just grow them overnight, right? It doesn't take one day. No, that caterpillar has to go through its chrysalis, right? And the chrysalis is the protective shell or the casing that kind of forms around the caterpillar when it's transforming into the butterfly. It's like a sacred little cocoon where all the magic transformation happens. And so inside of this chrysalis, the caterpillar literally breaks down into a liquid state, like its body almost completely dissolves. Okay? And, from that messy, unrecognizable state, it begins to rebuild itself, cell by cell, into something new, right? A butterfly with wings. And, that process is hidden, right? It is protected. It is slow, but it is so necessary in the journey of this butterfly. Because without the chrysalis phase or stage, that butterfly couldn't exist. And so when you think of spiritually and emotionally, we can see the chrysalis as a season of isolation, right? Of struggle, of that deep inner work, that shadow work that we all go through. It's the moment where we feel like everything is falling apart, when nothing looks like it used to, and when you can't see what you're becoming. You have no idea what is happening. You have no idea what God is using you for. But just like the butterfly, the chrysalis phase or stage is not the end. That's just the middle, the messy middle. And for me, that's proof that sometimes the ugliest progress, the ugliest process can produce the most beautiful outcome. And does that not sound like life sometimes? Like, don't we all go through seasons where we feel like, everything hits us all at once? The friendships fall away, the jobs end, the relationship shifts, those old coping skills that we had stop working. And now we're left in this dark, tight, uncomfortable space, wondering, what is happening to me? What is going on with me? But again, just like a caterpillar, you are not breaking down, you're breaking through. That chrysalis is not a coffin. It's a classroom. It's where strength, resilience, and wings are built. And we all know that with wings, we can take flight, right? And I literally just want to free somebody right now. Somebody listening to this needs to hear me when I say that healing doesn't always look pretty. Thank you, Focus. Healing doesn't always look pretty. Growth doesn't always look Instagram worthy. Sometimes it looks like crying on the bathroom floor. Sometimes it looks like journaling through the pain. Sometimes it looks like setting a boundary and then second guessing yourself all night long. It looks like saying no to what you said things that you've always said yes to in the past, and sitting with the discomfort of being misunderstood. But I want you guys to understand that that's the process. That's the evolution. You don't come out of the cocoon the same way you went in. And now here's the part of this that blesses me every single time, you guys. The caterpillar has no idea that it will become a butterfly. That caterpillar has no clue of what's next on its journey. Think about it. It just follows the instinct to cocoon. It doesn't know what the end result is going to be. It doesn't know about the wings. It just surrenders to the process. Surrenders to the process. And I want you guys to compare that to your life and think about that. If we just surrender to what God is calling us to do, you don't have to know exactly how it's going to turn out. You don't need the full blueprint. You just have to trust the process. Your ugly season, your breakdown, your discomfort is not wasted. It is not in vain. It is your preparation for you to get your wings so you can take flight. I encourage you all not to rush your chrysalis phase, okay? I want you guys to trust the messy, the painful, the hidden parts of your journey. Don't resent it. It's holy work. It is healing work that is happening in the dark. And, when it's time, you will emerge. And when you do, you will be stronger. You will be lighter, more beautiful than you've ever imagined. Right? And I know that we are all going through storms, right? Storms come, storms go. Another fun fact about butterflies, right? We know that butterflies are delicate creatures, right? Their wings are paper thin, fragile, and it's not made for heavy rain. So when the storms come, butterflies don't fight the wind and the rain. They seek shelter. Fun fact, did y'all know that butterflies do not take flight in the rain? They rest, right? They wait it out. They seek shelter and they get a little chill about them. They conserve their energy. They stay tucked until the sun breaks through the rain, right? And then and only then do they stretch their wings back out and fly. Like, is that not a lesson for y'all today? Because for me, that's such a very powerful lesson. That, something that I had to learn, that resilience isn't about pushing through every storm. Sometimes it's just knowing when to rest, knowing when to protect yourself, and having that wisdom to know when it's time for you to rise again. How many of us were taught to just push through? Show of hands. How many of you were taught to just push through, to grind, to never stop, to always be strong? Keep going. Keep fighting. Oh, it's a storm. Push through it. Yeah, Vegan Healer said, me. But the truth of the matter is, Ghost, strength doesn't mean exhausting yourself in the storm. Rare Boss, welcome in. I'm going to say that again. Strength doesn't mean exhausting yourself in the storm. Okay, Brooks? Sometimes strength looks like saying, I need a break. I need to pause, right? Sometimes resilience is in the wisdom of knowing when to seek shelter. Think about the storms in your life. And when I say the storms of your life, I'm talking about those breakups, those job losses, the grief of losing someone or something. I'm talking about the health scares, the family drama, all those storms. Maybe you felt the pressure to keep showing up the same. Keep smiling like nothing was wrong. Keep performing strength while your soul was tired. But family, listen. Even butterflies don't fly in the rain. It's nature, if nature could understand that it needs to take shelter from the storm and it needs to take cover, why do you think you have to keep running through your storm? See, God created those butterflies, and those butterflies know to rest, to pause. God also created us. Why does this rest fail us? Why do we not realize that we need to focus on our rest, our peace, right? We are out here running, trying to fight this storm and beat the storm, not realizing God is asking us to just be still. And so in this lesson, I encourage each and every one of us to pause without guilt. Resting doesn't mean you're quitting. Protecting your energy doesn't mean weakness. That is actually wisdom. I want you to adapt to your environment. Remember, the butterfly doesn't curse the storm. It simply adjusts. What if instead of asking, why me? In the hard seasons, you started asking, what is this storm preparing me for? Because we have to remember that storms do two things. Storms destroy what is no longer serving us, and storms reveal what has always been there for us, that solid foundation. So, the butterfly teaches us to adapt to our environment. Welcome in, Scott. Hey, Mo. The butterfly, like I said, doesn't curse the storm, it adjusts. So we have to adapt to our environments. And then lastly, seek nourishment after the challenges. No problem, Scott. We're glad you're here. When the storm passes, the butterfly goes back to feeding, gathering all that it needs to survive, to thrive, right? You've got to do the same. You've got to refill your joy, your peace, your connection, right? The things that feed your soul. You got to get back out there and fill your cup up. And so we have to understand that storms are temporary, okay? Your wings are eternal. Every storm that you've survived has proven that. Storms come, storms go, but we're still here. We're still standing. And again, let's be real. Storms may bend you. They may make you weary, but that storm cannot take your wings. Welcome in, Cardi. Hey, Roosevelt. Okay? It cannot take your wings. So the next time life is hitting you hard, remember the butterfly. Don't feel guilty for pausing. Don't feel shame for resting. Don't believe the lie that you're falling behind just because you took a moment to breathe. Your wings are still there. And your wings don't need validation from anyone. And when those skies clear up, when things improve, you'll rise higher than before. Because storms don't destroy wings, they strengthen them. Now, I'm just going to take a moment to pause here. I don't want you guys just listening to me talk about the butterflies and the storms today, okay? I really want this to resonate with you. I want you to feel all of this in your spirit and be able to leave out of here today connecting this to your own life. So again, I want to just pause, and I'm going to ask that you guys take a breath with me. Inhale through your nose. Fill your lungs all the way up. Hold it. And now exhale from your mouth. And when you exhale, you're going to let go of all the tension that you've been carrying. Again, breathe in through your nose. Hold it. And now exhale from your mouth. Feel your body settle. Feel your spirit come back to your center. One more time. Breathe in. And out. And now let's do just a little bit of reflection, you guys. I want you guys to ask yourself, where am I in my butterfly journey? Am I crawling like the caterpillar, just trying to get by? Am I in my chrysalis season where I'm hidden and uncomfortable, breaking down so that I can rebuild? Or am I, stretching my wings, learning how to fly in this new season of my life? Hey, T Butterfly. Right? Where are you in your butterfly journey right now? What storms are you taking shelter from? And more importantly, are you giving yourself permission to rest while you wait for the sun to come out tomorrow? Or are you shaming yourself for not moving fast enough? Okay, Brooke says she's learning how to fly. Benjamin, welcome in. Ask yourself, where do I struggle to see my own wings? Maybe it's in my work. Maybe it's in my healing, in my relationships. Ask yourself, what areas of your life, are others celebrating, but you're still downplaying? Learning how to fly? Okay, butterflies. And you're healing? Okay. And with those questions, you guys, I want you guys to just take a second. Let those questions land. Okay? And, if you have your journals nearby, this is a great thing for you to write down in your journal. So that way you can reflect again. I'll repeat the 3 questions for those of you who want to write it down. Question number 1, where am I in my butterfly journey right now? Number 2, what storms am I sheltering from? Y'all, I'm about to rewrap this whole head wrap. What storms am I sheltering from? And last, number 3, where do I struggle to see my own wings? Where do I struggle to see my own wings? There we go. Now, I guess the next question we would ask is, how do we do this in this space, right? How do we start this process, right? And I think that it's important that before we move forward, that we just kind of pause and take this opportunity to speak life over ourselves, because this is new. We're all in different phases of our journey. And so this is new for us. And I think that it's important for us, like I said, to speak life over ourselves, because we have to shift our mindsets, because we are evolving, we are growing, right? And we believe that words carry power. And when we declare them with intention, then all of a sudden it starts to shape the way we see ourselves and the way we begin to move in this world. So wherever you are right now, whether you are at home, on your commute to work, or maybe you're just sneaking in a few moments of peace, right? I just want you to lean into this moment. If you can, place one hand on your heart, the other hand on your stomach. And as you do so, you will feel your body. You will feel your breath. This moment, this position is just all about alignment. And when I say alignment, I'm referring to your mind, your body, your spirit. We're going to take another deep breath, because why not? Hold it for 3 seconds. And exhale slowly from your mouth. Let your shoulders drop. Let the tension go. And now I want you to repeat after me. I am radiant. I am radiant. I am resilient. I am resilient. I am complete even in my process of becoming. I am complete even in my process of becoming. Now, again, take a deep breath in. Let it go. I trust the messy parts of my journey. I trust the messy parts of my journey. I do not need to see my wings to believe in my beauty. I do not need to see my wings to believe in my beauty. Every storm in my life is temporary, but my strength is permanent. Every storm in my life is temporary, but my strength is permanent. Y'all feel that? That alignment right there, right? That's the truth working its way into our bones. Let's keep this ripple effect going. My healing blesses not only me, but everybody connected to me. My healing blesses not only me, but everybody connected to me. My growth inspires others to grow. My growth inspires others to grow. I am the butterfly effect. I create ripples of transformation everywhere I go. I am the butterfly effect. I create ripples of transformation everywhere I go. Take one last breath in. Hold it. Breathe out. Smile if you can, right? Because family, this is you taking your power back. This is you reminding yourself that you don't have to wait for external validation to believe that you are enough. Your wings are already here. So I want you guys to carry these affirmations with you throughout the week. Go back to the podcast, write them down, say them in the mirror, let them anchor you when the storm clouds begin to gather or when doubt starts to creep in. Okay? And there's something that I really want you guys to feel today, right? This butterfly effect isn't just about your own transformation. It's about how your growth impacts the world around you, right? Your loved ones, your friends, your community. Every single choice that you make, every single boundary that you set, every moment that you honor yourself, that sends ripples into your relationships, your family, your friends, and even your community. Think about the last time that you set a boundary that felt scary or bold, right? Maybe it was saying no to a friend or leaving a toxic situation or putting your self-care first for once, right? That ripple didn't just stop with you. Somebody else noticed it. Someone else learned that it's okay to protect themselves, to honor their own peace, to reclaim their energy. And what that tells me is that our growth is contagious. When you heal from, a painful relationship, you teach other people that it's okay for them to release what no longer serves them. When you forgive yourself, you give permission to those people around you to let go of the guilt and the shame that they're experiencing. When you show up authentically, you inspire other people to shed their masks and be real too. And, sometimes these ripples are subtle, right? Sometimes, someone in your life whispers, I want to be more like you, right? Mr. Awesome, welcome in, bro. Right? Or somebody quietly follows your example without even saying anything out loud. Other times your ripple is more obvious, right? Your choices can, challenge, inspire, and even disrupt patterns in other people's lives. And that's okay. I want you guys to, also take a moment to reflect on who in your life has been influenced by your growth, even if quietly. How has your self-care journey, your healing journey, your self-love impacted your family, your friends, your coworkers? And, their relationships where your transformation is creating tension because it's showing others that they have work that they have yet to do. Remember, that ripple isn't selfish. It is sacred. Every time, you take a step towards your own well-being, even, every single layer that you peel back, every boundary that you honor, it is teaching. It is inspiring. It is awakening others without you even realizing it. So again, I encourage you to take a moment to, just identify 3 people whose lives are being positively impacted by your growth. It could be someone that you mentor, a family member, a friend. Sometimes it's even a stranger who's inspired through your energy, right? As content creators, when we are creating content that pours into other people, that positivity, it's contagious, it spreads. So we have to begin to understand that there is power in our wings, not just to lift ourselves up, but to also lift other people up, to inspire other people. And, they're not just for us to fly for ourselves, but it's to inspire flight in the people around us. And again, like I said, not every ripple that you create will receive positivity. Okay? Not everything that you do in your healing journey is going to be received positively. Sometimes the very growth that you embrace will make other people uncomfortable. Sometimes the boundaries that you set will disrupt old patterns, right? Quite frankly, sometimes you healing will piss them off, and that's okay, right? That doesn't mean you're wrong. That doesn't mean you should stop. It doesn't mean that you should shrink. Think about a butterfly in the wild, right? With its delicate wings. Yeah, it doesn't stop flying just because there's wind or rain or predators. Instead, it just moves with intention. It adapts, knowing when to seek shelter. That's exactly how we need to handle all of the toxic energy in our lives, right? And as we start navigating through this toxic energy, what that looks like for us is understanding that our boundaries are our wings. Setting limits is not selfish. It is protecting your energy while you are still, out there soaring. You don't have to explain every decision. Your wings aren't debatable. That distance, when we seclude ourselves, that distance can be loving, right? Sometimes the ripple that you send is, better received from afar. So we have to start to understand that you don't have to stay close to everyone to make an impact. Some people need space to grow on their own. Some energy is not yours to carry. And, when we think about the energy, right, the energy alignment, that matters. That is very important because not everybody is ready for your transformation. And again, that's okay. You can still love them, but you don't have to let their resistance hold you back. And, toxic energy can come in many forms. It could be, a friend or a family member who constantly doubts or criticizes you. It could be a colleague who undermines your growth. It could even be self-toxicity, right? We always talking about how sometimes it be your own people, maybe sometimes it be you. Okay, sometimes you're the problem. Sometimes your issue is you, right? These negative thoughts, these limiting, mindset patterns that we've carried for years. But your ripple doesn't have to diminish, your ripple doesn't have to be diminished by negativity. In fact, navigating toxic energy with grace teaches other people how to respect boundaries. It shows that self-care is powerful and necessary. And most importantly, it keeps your wings strong and intact. So ask yourself, who in your life right now is challenging your growth? And how can you protect your peace without feeling guilty? Are you experiencing relationships that are draining you instead of uplifting you? And if so, how can you create a healthy space while still maintaining love and respect? Remember, you are the butterfly. Okay? So that means you get to choose where you land. That means you get to choose who you allow near your wings. That means you get to choose when to fly higher. Your responsibility is to honor yourself, protect your energy, and continue to grow. And, growth is so important for all of us because our growth isn't even just for us. Okay? It's a blueprint for others. And, just like a butterfly doesn't fly in isolation, the beauty of your transformation, impacts the world around you. Every choice you make, every boundary you set, every time you show up authentically, it sends a ripple that other people can follow. It's like a map. Think about this. When you decide to heal from your past, you're not only freeing yourself, but you're quietly showing someone else that healing is possible. When you stop apologizing for taking up space, you teach those around you to honor their own space. And, when you model self-love, you give yourself permission, for others to love themselves more fully. And, when we think of mentorship, that doesn't always look like formal coaching or teaching. Sometimes it's just the small, everyday actions that ripple out. Showing up consistently for your own self-care teaches your children, your nieces, your nephews, and, all the younger people in your life that they deserve care too. Speaking your truth, in difficult conversations shows your coworkers, your friends, your family that honesty and integrity are worth standing for. And choosing peace, like your peace, over reaction, intense situations simply demonstrates emotional intelligence and resilience. So remember, that butterfly isn't perfect. It's vulnerable. It's delicate. Sometimes it gets beat up in the storms, but it keeps flying. And that's enough. That in itself is powerful and should be inspiring to you. So I want you guys to know that your wings, your courage, your boundaries, your authenticity are all lessons to others without you even realizing it. And you may think that nobody notices, but every single step that you take forward, every act of courage, every bit of self-love is lighting a path for someone else. Every single moment. And another fun fact, no butterfly ever learns to fly alone. Even the strongest, most radiant wings have to depend on support along the way. And for us, support looks like people, lessons, or even challenges that help to shape us into who we are as the adults, right? Think about it. The caterpillar doesn't emerge from the chrysalis without first trusting the process. It's supported by its own instincts, the cocoon that holds it, and the environment that keeps it safe. In our lives, we have those same support systems. We call them friends, family, mentors, teachers, healers, and sometimes even strangers, right? Whose words or actions inspired us when we felt unseen. So let me ask you, who has held space for you during your chrysalis season and your season of transformation? Who believed in your wings even when you doubted them? Hey, Queen, welcome in, Coach. Who challenged you, supported you, or inspired your growth in ways that you may not have even realized? It's, when we talk about gratitude, you guys, it's more than saying thank you. Gratitude is, just taking the time to acknowledge the ripple effect of their support in your life. Every act of encouragement, every lesson, every moment that they showed up for you, that is energy that gets woven into your DNA. Your wings are stronger because of those who lifted you up. Your ripple is able to extend further because of, the seeds of love, encouragement, and guidance that was planted by others. Happy birthday, Coach. Everybody help me wish Heart Coach a happy birthday. Yes, girl, yes. And, another thing about growth, you guys, is that, growth becomes a channel for gratitude. And so we have to remember that, passing that support forward is a good thing. Hey, Miss Gloria, welcome in. We acknowledge the people that helped us. And when we do that, we are completing the circle. Their impact didn't end with them. It lives in our wings, in our ripple, in the way that we now mentor, support, inspire the next generation. So today we've talked about butterflies. We talked about the chrysalis season, the storms, the toxic energy, the ripple effect, the mentorship, the gratitude, right? All these things. She ready? And if there's one thing that I truly hope that you take away from this episode is that your journey, every season, every struggle, every victory is sacred and it matters. Welcome in, Jordan. Think about the butterfly. It doesn't rush its transformation. It doesn't compare itself to other butterflies when it's flying. It just trusts the process. It navigates the storms, and when the time is right, it spreads its wings and inspires everyone around it without even trying. Thank you. And family, that's you. You are all butterflies. We are all butterflies. Our wings are already forming. Even in the seasons where you feel unseen and unsure, your storms are preparing you to take flight. Your growth is inspiring ripples in the lives of others. And the people who have supported you along the way, your mentors, your therapists, your coaches, your friends, your family, right? They've helped to weave the beauty of your wings. So as we get ready to wrap up for today, I want you to carry these takeaways with you. Number 1, trust your chrysalis season. All right. And when I say trust this season, I'm talking about the dark, uncomfortable, messy parts of life that are building your wings. Trust the process, you guys. Number 2, I want you to honor your storms. Honor your storms. During that storm, I encourage you to rest, protect your energy, and rise stronger once those skies clear. Honor your storms. Number 3, I want you to protect your wings. Protect your wings. And when I say protect your wings, I want you to understand that boundaries aren't selfish. They are sacred. They are survival. So protect your wings. Number 4, recognize your ripple effect. Recognize your ripple effect. Your growth, your healing, your courage, they impact, others, whether you see it or not, whether you know that or not. Thank you, Jordan. I want you guys to step into number 5, which is mentor through example. I want us to lead by example, right? Knowing that every choice that we make to show up, authentically is teaching someone else how to rise. So again, mentor through your example. Set an example. And then lastly, number 6, express gratitude. Everybody should have an attitude of gratitude. Acknowledge the people who have helped you along the way, who, let that energy flow through your wings, encouraged you, people who uplifted you. Stop spending so much time talking about the negativity and the toxic stuff going on. Focus on the good, and the good gets better. Remember, this is just a reminder for you to know that you are already enough. You are already radiant, and your wings are working, even if you can't see them. Even if you can't see them. I want to take this opportunity to thank each and every one of you for taking space to breathe with me and grow with me today. I want you guys to carry your wings with pride. Before we part ways, I'm going to leave you all with a little love and light. As always, I encourage you to keep protecting your energy, living unapologetically, and always, always, always honoring yourselves, right? I encourage you to keep breathing through the highs, the lows, and every single moment in between. I want you to keep choosing peace even when it feels just out of reach. And know that here at the Self-Care Club, you will always be seen, always valued, and always supported. So don't be afraid to take up space, speak your truth, and make a little room for you to breathe. I love each and every one of you to life, and I pray that you all have an amazing day today, but not just amazing. I want your day to be aligned, intentional, and yes, on purpose, filled with nothing but purpose. This has been another Room to Breathe podcast, and I look forward to connecting with you all again soon. Thank you.